What kind of things do people share on social media?
There are different kinds of things shared on social media, such as posting videos and biographies and videos. So people like to share on the social network sites, and people also want to see these kinds of things because they want to be fun, way of fun and entertainment. Mostly people see online content in the leisure time. It is the best way to achieve something in the leisure time.
Okay, thank you so much, Rahul. Welcome, Tahir, brother. Welcome to today's session.
Thank you very much,
and I guess you listen
Rahul, always keep in mind one thing. People is always simple in plural shape, like no peoples. Okay?
Yes.
This is a major mistake which you were doing while speaking. And twice or thrice you did that same mistake in all your answers. Okay? The other thing was that you were
citizens. People were replaced by citizens, human beings.
Yes, not people, they want. Not they want, but they want.
And one more thing, when you are talking in present tense and want to use the past tense, don't be horrible or feel shy to use it. Like at one place you said that it was difficult or expensive to buy or pricey to buy, but you used the present tense, which was not good. Okay, it is not still available, that opportunity that you can grab. Okay, be careful while speaking on part 3, because part 3 is not going to easy part. You have to tackle all these things and try to work on it, because you I feel that you were feeling shy while speaking, or you were telling us stories from any helping book or copying from internet. That's why you were stuck at some points. Okay?
Okay. Sir, actually, I feel in introduction part and follow-up questions, I feel some hesitation because questions were always change.
Okay. One simple thing can get you a higher band scores in part 1 and part 3. Just see the type of questions and then pursue them again and again. Whenever you were sitting alone, try to practice. Okay, generate your own questions and ask yourself and answer in English to yourself.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
You will get better ideas. Thank you.
Okay, Siddharth, are you ready? Siddharth, are you ready for speaking?
Yes, ma'am.
Siddharth, are you here with me?
Ma'am, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, I'm hearing you now. Okay.
Yes,
okay, so do you use social media a lot?
Maybe, yes, sir. But it really depends upon the situation. Sometimes I usually, when I'm busy, I don't usually use a lot of social media on my online account. I use about 1 to 2 hours, sir.
Do you feel that the use
of social media website which you are surfing the most? Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Do you feel that the use of social media has increased lately?
Yes, even though most of the social media websites released a decade ago, the usage of these social media and online accounts has been increased a lot in recent times for the past 2 to 3 years. Considering the COVID situation, people were literally locked up in houses for almost a year. In that kind of situation, social media was the only thing which kept them going all those times. So I think that usage of social media has increased a lot in recent times.
What are the advantages of social media?
Even though there are both advantages and disadvantages, I really think that the advantages outweighs the disadvantages in most of the situation. For example, through the help of social media, we can get really connected to anyone all across the globe. That's one of the major advantages. And the next thing is, if a person really wants to do some online business or a small scale business, social media is one of the great platform for him to start his business. Because if a person consider that if I wanted to do a business ancient way. In that kind of situation, I really need to look up for a place to start on all those formal rules and regulations before even starting the business. But when a person wants to do an online business, he can just open a seller's account and in Amazon and Instagram. So that's one of the major thing or advantage social media provides us.
Okay,
and
brother, poor answer. Okay, brother, poor answer. Poor approach to pursue. You are taking too much time to explain
on
each
one
and every.
question. Yes.
Why you are doing that? And of that, when you said that we can start our online business, and it offers several other opportunities. Like I started online selling during COVID-19 when world went out on lockdown.
Okay.
That's it. How was that? Simple.
Answer the point.
Short and crisp.
And definitely, yes.
No need to elaborate on
Short
too
and
many
precise as well.
examples.
Okay.
Too many
so the next
examples
question.
are making you confused.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, so the next question. What negative effects does it have?
There are some kind of negative effects in social media, like online scam and for fake news and those kind of things are really a negative effect when it comes to social media.
What can be done about these problems?
These kind of situations really based upon the person who is really handling it, because it's my own usage whether I can use my social media according to my wish. So, and also local government authorities and the person who owns the social media accounts can do a considerable amount of help in these situations.
What kind of things do people share on social media?
I can share anything I want to. That's mainly based upon a one person's individual view. But on an average, people use activities and some kind of places where they usually visit, and also a nice picture of them. And they
When you're speaking earlier, but any more suggestions for him, Tahir brother?
Yes. The question in which they asked you about your opinion, you are required to give your own opinion. So better to approach this type of question by giving your own example from your own life, or create a situation where you are existing. Like at the end, to approach last question of this portion, she asked you to give your own opinion. You can conclude like this: I did. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Not people. Do not include people anywhere. Anywhere. Whenever you see the question is related to your own opinion, you can say that people are doing that, but most probably I would love to do that way. Okay? Okay. Because we are looking for your opinion, your own opinion.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, we have Lolo. Are you ready for speaking?
Yes, ma'am, I'm ready.
Do you use social media a lot?
Yes, of course. Social media is a part and parcel of my life. I use it every day on my daily routine. I use it to communicate with my family and friends. On top of that, I use it to study.
Do you feel that the use of social media has increased lately?
Without a doubt, social media is dramatically increased from the past years. I have seen a lot of companies, they're advertising their products and launching their new products on social media such as Facebook. Other than that, children are now glued on their phones and laptops. They no longer go out to play with other friends.
What are the advantages of social media?
Well, social media has many advantages in our daily lives. For example, we can make friends online, communicate with our family who are overseas. And on top of that, I've been using social media for my studies during the COVID-19 pandemic.
What negative effects
if you
does it have?
okay, listen to me, Lolo. If you want to polish this answer, the same answer, I've started, or it allows me to study online. Okay, then use COVID-19. Okay, your sentence is complete at the end of by saying that. Okay, thank you. Next
question, negative effects does it have?
Social media can be very addictive. I have seen a lot of friends, a lot of children, they no longer go to outside to play with other friends, which can negatively affect their mental and physical development. And on top of that, there are a lot of inappropriate information that can be seen by our children.
What can be done about these problems?
Well, I think the government can enforce some effective and intense legislation which says that people should have some licenses so that they can own some social media pages.
What kind of things do people share on social media?
Well, people share a lot of things on social media, such as their pictures. Some people, they teach through social media. Other than that, people also share their memories and experiences.
Okay, thank you, Lolo. Tahir brother will comment on your speaking.
Yes, ma'am. She is always a good speaker and impressive one.
Yes, she's very impressive.
She can tackle part 1 and part 3 in a brave manners. She can get it easily. Because she has a lot of examples, she had good fluency, she knows how to place a sentence, where to put all the answers.
Yes.
This is the thing which you all are required to do while giving answer. Don't go out of the topic, beyond the topic. Just stay in the limit and compose your answer, build it, then give an example, give explanation, and just end the question and the answer. Okay? You will get good bands.
Thank you very much.
Hello? So members, please listen to the good speakers. Okay, Fari, are you ready for speaking? Fari is raising her hand. Fari, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am, I'm ready.
Okay. Do you use social media a lot?
Oh, yes, I use it quite a lot, and mostly I'm always using Facebook and WhatsApp, and I enjoy using it quite a lot.
Fari, whenever you are using, don't throw your other words with that. Take a pause of 1 or 2 seconds. Oh, yeah, I love to use just social media. Then continue your answer. Give a bit pause for a second. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Do you feel that the use of social media has increased lately?
Yes, the use of social media has increased a lot because it is evidenced by the likes that you tend to receive when you post anything on Facebook, meaning that most people will be online. And even the disturbances on networks, it really shows that people will be online and definitely on social media.
Actually, I don't understand the answer, but anyway, I'll move on. What are the advantages of social media?
So the social media is very important because you can get information while it's still trending, and it makes an individual fit more into society. For example, you can talk of soccer. You get to know the results on Facebook, WhatsApp when they are still fresh. And
what negative effects does it have?
It can be very addictive, and I have learned to believe that it is a time waster. It consumes most of my time personally, and at the end of it, I do not tend to harvest anything from it at all. And also, as for our kids, they get to be exposed to a lot of things that we as parents don't have control over, and that we don't even socialize them in our own homestead.
What can be done about these problems?
I think self-discipline is needed, and for an individual to survive, they can start by allocating time to the apps so that when they close for the day, that will be enough for an individual. Then they can wait for another day. Also, I believe, as for us parents, we should have time when we hand out phones to our kids, then withdraw them at some certain time.
What kind of things do people share on social media?
There are several things that people share on social medias. They share pictures and stories about friends and family, funny videos that will be trending, and at times some use it to sell whatever they will be having in stock, and at times you can get to find career opportunities on Facebook besides just interacting with friends.
Okay, Tahir, brother, did you listen to her speaking? Some of the words I didn't get quite clearly.
Yes, the same problem was here.
I didn't
was
get some of the words.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I already advised her yesterday or a day before that, lower down her fluency and try to speak clearer.
Yes, clearer, her words, yes. Your words must be, very clear so that the examiner can understand what exactly you are saying.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome.
But Fari, you can get good band score, you know that? Because your fluency is good, you can compile your sentences, together. You are not hesitating while speaking. The overall judgment about your speaking is that you can get 7 easily. But if you really want to pursue more than 8 or minimum 8 bands, then you need to work on it. Okay? That other person should be able to understand you, what you are talking to him or her.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Renosha has her speaking this month. I think it's on the 29th. So I will allow her to speak now. Okay, Renosha, do you use social media a lot?
I do use social media like Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram, but I'm not a kind of person who addicted to it. To be honest, really, I can't find time to attach on it. But whenever I am free, I like while away my evenings by scrolling on Facebook and find gossips about my friends and relatives all over the world, and to get to know about what's happening with them.
Do you feel that the use of social media has increased lately? Tahir, brother, you saying something?
I said perfect answer.
Yes.
Perfectly composed. Yes.
Do you feel that the use of social media has increased lately?
Absolutely, yes, it is. Especially with the pandemic, you see, as almost every one of us kind of isolated in our homes. The people couldn't go out and meet their friends.
Are you...
Sir?
Yes. Answer the second question, please.
Do you ask me to answer it again?
Yes.
Do you feel that the use of social media has increased lately?
Absolutely, yes, it is. Especially with the pandemic time, everybody of us, kind of isolated in our home. The people can't go out and meet their friends or family members, so they stick with their phones or laptops, something like that, at their places. And the people found the platform of social media so interact with their loved ones, especially video calls and all. And that also made them to relieve the sense of satisfaction, sense of isolation.
During the pandemic time, and the people couldn't, not can't, but couldn't, because you're going back in the past tense. Okay? Yes. Okay. What are the advantages of social media?
As I mentioned in my earlier question, that is something which can make us feel that we are not alone. Through social media, we can get to know about what is actually happening around in the world. New trending news, something like that. We can easily interact with people. It really made the world feel like it's in our fingertips. It is a good way to sell our products if you are an entrepreneur, to get a good audience.
What negative effects does it have?
Yes, social media has lots of benefits, and it brings some drawbacks also. First thing that we can see, we lost our privacy. As an example, people create an account for them, update every single thing about them, And that doesn't mean that someone who follows or watch your page is with a good intention, but also can be with the bad intention. So we have to be careful about these kind of things when we are dealing with the social media platforms. And secondly, we people mostly disconnect our face-to-face communication. We seek people around the world, but we forget who are with us, and we forget to interact with our family members, and it can break the family bond.
What can be done about these problems?
Consequences, goals can be set, like can allocate time to really need to use it. We can keep the phone away from us, and if you want to get rid of the addiction, we can set a time to use the social media. And whenever we upload something, we need to make sure that to hide our photo or our post from other people who are really we don't know about who they are.
What kind of things do people share on social media?
That depend on the people actually. Some people use social media for fun. So they may upload their photos of family events like weddings, birthdays, or traveling pictures and send selfies like that. Others use for educational purpose. So they can share post with which is related to their particular subject. Like as an example, if an English teacher, she or he can share post about the videos or post about which goes with their subject. And another thing, some companies use this as a advertising platform. So post about consumer goods, electrical items also can be shared like that.
Okay, thank you, Rinosha. Tahir, brother.
Yes, ma'am. She is a very, very good and impressive speaker. She can get, you can say she is going to get 8 bands in her speaking. Have you prepared while joining us here?
Sorry, sir?
Have you prepared your questions before joining today's meeting?
Yes, sir. I took some points. I prepared the points to what to talk.
The questions are shared early so that members can have the opportunity to review the questions and then they can gather their answers. This is why this sounds so professional, because I shared the question maybe 2 or 3 hours before the Zoom session. Okay, Javira, are you ready for speaking? Javira, are you ready for speaking?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so do you use social media a lot?
Well, I do social media. I use social media whenever I get a spare time during my whole day's busy routine. So at that time, I like to just scroll the screen of my mobile. I check my inbox messages, and sometimes I like to post something if I found interesting during the whole day situation.
Do you feel that the use of social media has increased lately?
According to my point of view, yes, its use has been increased from last 2 to 3 years due to the COVID pandemic situation. At that time, most of the people are confined at their home, and they like at that time on social media accounts for just to refresh their mind, and as they get variety of stuff for entertainment, variety of stuff as an entertainment there. So they had spent a lot of their time on social media.
They had
accounts.
spent, not spend it, but spent. So yes,
They had spent a lot on of their time on social media apps.
and it also reduced, the time of being bored. Okay.
Yes, they have reduced their time to be bored.
Of being bored, this is why during the pandemic time people were so active on social media. Okay, what are the advantages of social media?
Well, there are a number of benefits of using social media. Like it has provided us a platform to be connected with other peoples which are far away from us, whom we cannot see on a daily basis. We can easily make a call, and audio or video call, and in this way we can connect with them. Furthermore, it has provided a platform to many business related people that help. It has helped them in the sense of providing a platform where they can advertise, make the advertise and marketing of their products. And furthermore, its use has been increased during the COVID pandemic situation. Like students are using these apps to get their educational material from their teachers, because most of the institute has made official groups on social media apps also to help their students.
Okay, and it helps the businessman make an advertisement, not an advertise, but make an advertisement. Okay?
Advertisement.
Yes,
Okay.
he makes an advertisement. Or you can say it allows them to advertise.
Advertise.
But you said it make advertise, so it has to be make an advertisement. Okay? And you know, you have your pillars. You know, you have lots of pillars. So I know speaking daily, you're definitely going to overcome those pillars. Okay? What negative effects does it have?
With the development in technology, as it has, every technology has its positive and negative effects. Same is the case with the social media apps. As its use has been if we spend most of time on social media accounts, it may damage our it may
Has a harmful effects on our health, especially for the children. It can damage their eyes. It can make them become obese.
Yes.
You can say like
it
that.
may damage our eyes. It can cause hypertension, high stress level, and sometimes may result in sleeping disorders. So there are a number of harmful effects of using the social media accounts. Besides that, people use it. Sometimes people use it to sell their fake products on such social media accounts. It has
no, the negative effect will be sometimes we have become too addicted to social media. So that is, I think that is what you wanted to say. What can be done about these problems?
What can be done about these problems? To overcome this problem, we should limit the use of social media. We should not spend more time on these apps in a negative sense. We should use it for purposeful thing rather than purposeless things.
Okay, Japriya, what can be done about these problems? One, you have to discipline yourself. You have to tell yourself, okay, for during the course of the day, I will use my phone only for 3 hours.
Okay, we should reduce the use of
yes.
Yes,
this is where you have self-discipline. You're telling yourself you're not going to spend all day on your phone. Okay? And you can have, more face-to-face conversation. You can even spend time with your parents or your families. Okay? Instead of being on the phone for the entire day. What kind of things do people show on social media?
People like to share on social media, like they share the videos and photographs of events like marriage events, birthday events, and whenever they meet with their friends, they like to share their selfies there. And most of the time, celebrities are using social media to promote the fashion sense. And it has also been used by many advertising companies. So there are a lot of things that has been shared on social media account nowadays.
Okay, so you just have to pay attention to your fillers and some of your answers. The sentences were not structured properly. Some of the questions you missed. Okay,
yes, I don't feel good to whenever I have to answer the questions like this. I think so. It's easy for me to just speak on any cue card where I speak without changing the topic. I mean, without changing the questions. But when there are the questions like this, where we have to speak for a while on a one question, and then suddenly we have to change the question, I feel hard to answer such questions.
Yes, but the discussion part is where you will also be examined. You will also be judged.
Yes,
so this is why. Hence the reason I shared the questions early. And
Yes.
Javed Brother will ask the members I saw him asking members to review the questions and get ready for answering. Okay, but just remember on the day of your exam, you'll have no random questions. You will have no questions being shared before. You will just have random questions, so you must pay attention to all of the questions. Should in case one of these come in your speaking. Okay?
Okay.
All right? Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Lovepreet, are you ready for speaking?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening to you. How are you?
I am fine, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome. So, do you use social media a lot?
Yes, absolutely. I use social media a lot. I use many social media apps such as Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter for various purposes such as educational and entertainment.
Do you feel that the use of social media has increased lately?
Definitely, yes. In the past time, the use of social media was very less. But due to the COVID-19 pandemic, everyone is very busy in their homes and they could not go outside. So they used to do work at their homes. And that time, the use of social media has increased very much.
Okay. What are the advantages of social media?
Well, there are so many benefits of social media. Firstly, these provide educational purpose videos and also motivational videos. These are also very beneficial for the business purpose and many other study related purpose.
What negative effects does it have?
Well, there are so many few negative effects. Firstly, sometimes people make false IDs and upload many wrong information, which is very difficult for people to aware about it. There are also some bad effects on the children and the teenagers because they see the social media at so much time, so they are very stressful from the mind, and they face so many physical problems from this.
Okay, you can see as this can face so many different health issues. What can be done about these problems?
To solve these problems, firstly, the parents and the teachers should aware about their students and children, so that the parents should give flexible hours to the children so that they can see the mobile phone and social media apps for a limited time and for a specific and good works.
Okay, so you can also say the parents and teachers both can monitor these students or children. What kind of things do people share on social media?
Well, nowadays people shared so many different kinds of things on social media, such as videos on educational and motivational